3, 2, 1.
Yo, we got your back when you driving to work or driving home. If you on a plane or you at the gym or you home alone, all you gotta do to listen to the shows, turn on your phone. Two Ugly Nerds podcast, tell you what's going on. This is the podcast.
Eric is ugly and would not judge anybody else. There's no other insult.
When did you learn that you were ugly?
Two Ugly Nerds podcast.
Welcome to the
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Toy Nerds Podcast, and niggas from the Black Nerd community. I'm your host, Derek, the podcast guy, the Sixers fan. I'm now the Sixers fan. The Liverpool season is over.
Yeah, I made it in.
Brought that feet.
No. Ian said we made it in. No, we were the first niggas in. We were niggas in first in line. We're the number one.
Gotta beat the Knicks. I'm tripping. That was the Hawks.
The Hawks beat the Knicks.
Yeah.
He's basically saying that in that, was it conference or whatever, they did so well that they just have to wait who will win from the Knicks and the Hawks series. And
okay.
Yeah, we did number
see, even I know that.
Yeah.
And I barely watch basketball.
I didn't
Don't even worry. Yeah, if y'all had, if the Knicks had won, you was gonna come here and get your ass kicked. The Hawks won. Depending on if Joel Embiid is here or not, they gonna get their ass kicked. And even without Joel Embiid, they gonna lose. They just might not get their ass kicked. But that's neither here nor there. I'm always joined by the nigga who apparently is a Knicks fan.
No, I'm a Nets fan.
But he might have
now.
been a Nets fan.
I'm a Nets fan now, bro.
Oh, see, he both. Don't worry about it.
Wait, what?
I got a whole Nets hat, man. Don't tell me.
Yeah, nigga bought a Nets hat.
An
I didn't buy
entire
a Crystal
Nets hat.
And then Crystal bought it.
Now we know.
And I thought you just bought that for the drip. I thought you just bought it for the look. I thought you didn't care about the team.
I do like their colors, man. I do like
Everyone
their colors.
does.
You like black and white and gray? Yeah. Who doesn't like it?
That's what Raiders fans say.
Just such an in-depth color scheme.
All right, Mr. Black PS5.
Hey.
Right. Right.
Hey.
Talking down the color black.
Yeah,
black
man.
is
I got the red
clean
controller.
color scheme.
I got the red controller though. Red controller, bro.
Yeah, the offset. I feel you.
Come on, man. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Vibes. Anyways, also always joined by Ian, the Knicks fan, Berserk Music, Mr. Father himself.
They call him Mr. Father.
They call him Mr. Father Dad.
Mr. Father.
Mr. Father Dad.
Mr. Father Dad.
He's
I'm
out
a dad
here
now. I'm a dad, y'all.
Yeah,
really
daddy
is.
dad, bro.
We happy for him. Happy. His son is healthy. He's here.
Cairo was here, born June 1st.
When he start talking, he'll be like, "Man, y'all was talking all this good shit about this real life stuff. Y'all out here, air feels kind of weird.
Yeah.
Milk don't taste the same, etc." But anyway, I'm happy for you, bro. Happy you came here and he's healthy.
Healthy 8 pounds.
Oh, 8. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he heavy one.
Okay.
Eight's a dope
Hey,
number,
man.
man. So that's a solid number to come in at.
Pulling his own weight already. I see.
Yes.
I like to see. All right, that's cool.
Hey, okay, man. We love it. Congrats. Send our love to Crystal as well.
Absolutely.
She just received it.
There it is. Ain't that? You got it. Just tapped into it.
Yep.
Also always joined by Geronimo, Mr. Nintendo.
Yo.
Also vaxxed up this week.
I joined the Cool Kids Club. Got that the Johnson and Johnson
one shot.
The one and done skis. Yeah, guys. We're recording this. I got the day before we record this, and we'll be like a few days before this goes up. And the rest of y'all here /watch. Just some body aches here and there, but we doing all right, really. Go get, if you haven't gotten already, go get your shot. It's one shot or two shot. Yeah, I think we all are. Yeah.
You know what? I forgot that I got vaccinated.
A couple weeks ago.
I got the second shot right before before we missed the last episode.
Last week
to be a dad. So now
that's right.
I forgot. I never told y'all that I'm fully vaxxed.
No, I thought you mentioned it.
I think I told y'all, but I didn't
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
yeah, you
get a
didn't
chance
tell
to- he didn't get
anybody
opportunity
else.
to tell. Yeah.
Because I had the first shot. I told them when I had the first shot, but I
Yeah,
never
yeah.
said I'm fully
Yeah,
you
vaccinated.
fully
So I'm
vaccinated.
fully done now. Now
We all part of
all the
Cool
way
Kids
up.
Club.
You know.
Yeah, man.
Um.
You're
Yeah. Dope. Okay. I have a random topic for y'all to start this off. Okay. I think it's good though. I think it's good. I think y'all enjoy it. I just finished my rewatch of Superman the Animated Series. And let me explain to y'all a little bit what kind of happens, right? I go and try to watch like a newer show that I want to watch, and I will probably clock out pretty early in, or it requires me to pay a little more attention than I'm really willing to give at that exact moment. So then I would kind of relate to something like Superman the Animated Series that I can kind of watch with one eye while doing other things. So I started watching Superman the Animated Series. It's a great series on throwback. There's a couple of cringe moments. Like there's literally one moment where Metallo is fighting Steel,
okay.
and Steel's a black character who with the Superman S, and he has a suit made of steel, and he has like similar Superman-esque powers, and he's got a big hammer thing that he fights with. Metallo's holding Steel, and he was like, they're fighting and he's grappling in the air. And Metallo, this white dude who got turned into metal, is like, sorry, Steel, I still have business in the hood. And I was like, yo.
Okay.
Yo.
Collective black hole up.
But here's the thing. I had to rewind because I was like, I know that didn't just happen. I just know that didn't just happen. Like, I know it didn't just happen. It did. It was 100% did. And that was hilarious. That was my point. My point is, in watching this series, I learned something very unfortunate. Nobody knows how to write for Superman.
Yes.
Nobody knows how to write any media for Superman effectively. Well, here's the thing. Obviously, nobody's ever going to be happy. I think Zack Snyder now on second watch, or years later, Man of Steel grew on me. I think that was a good representation. But when we look at him in an animated series, right, where they're free to pretty much do what they want, right? We know Superman's limitations. He doesn't really have a fighting style. He doesn't really need one because he's so superpowered. If he just hits you, that's just what it is. It don't matter if you was punching at him. If he hits you anywhere, you go flying. That's the idea. The other idea is that, well, Superman's always holding himself back because he doesn't want to hurt anybody, and he doesn't want to have to, deal with the repercussions of that, actually harming somebody, whatever. Okay, cool. But there are so many situations because they try to always give us this balance of Superman being this brute, but also being smart. Maybe not Bruce Wayne, Martian Manhunter smart, but he's supposed to be smart, especially all the knowledge, especially if you get the Supermans with like all the knowledge of Krypton and all that, a smarter version of Superman. But he'll make poor decisions. It'll be like clearly some random alien thing coming into like Metropolis. First thing he could do, laser beam eye it out, and boom, it'll explode right there. Done. Instead, he's like, I've got to stop it. And he flies to it and is trying to slow it down. For what? Like, just, you could have blew that up 2 seconds after it came into orbit from your living room with your laser beams. Why didn't you do that?
Oh, maybe because the pieces would have split up and he would have had a bigger mess to clean.
Superman, he could have kept blowing all of the pieces up till they were so small and insignificant, it wouldn't have made a difference. Or they just burn out through the rest of re-entry. He's Superman, bro.
Because I remember they had
as fast as Flash.
They had a situation like that in One Punch Man where he One Punch Man goes up and he punches something out of the sky, but then that created a bunch of like mini asteroids that just started landing, hitting the Earth, and this lady had to come in and help him like prevent it from
being worse.
Being worse. Well, not worse, but expanding the radius.
Don't get me wrong. I get that. I guess my overall point is that Superman, he gets into so many situations, no matter what medium he's in, he gets into so many situations where he could easily get himself out of, but he doesn't because I don't know, because he doesn't know how to read the situation and go, this is somebody that I can hit or not. Like yo, just have to. And actually, I guess the thing that spurred this the most is half of his problems could be solved if he would just use his laser beams like faster, quicker, more often. If you watch a Superman movie, animated show, for whatever, you watch them, there's going to be a moment where you're like, why didn't he just laser beam him right there? He could just laser beam that dude. Darkseid does it. Darkseid can laser beam niggas and not kill him if he want to.
Maybe the writers just think laser beams are boring.
Or it's like
what's also boring is Superman getting caught left and right by niggas that he should be waxing because for some reason he just doesn't use his abilities.
Well, isn't that the whole story of Superman? It's that he's
too powerful,
trying to hold back from.
No, trying to hold back is one thing. But then there's another thing of awareness, like, hey, this is a real threat. This dude isn't going down easy. Superman always has to get his ass kicked before he's like, okay, guess I have to turn it up. Like, no, nigga, just do it. Like, just do it from the jump. What's wrong with
60? Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like, I hate that. It's annoying. It's like, Superman, you could have called, because it always comes at a price of something else. Some other random building now gets destroyed or something else. If you had just handled your fucking business
from
the jump, everybody would be fine. You're Superman, but because you don't know that this dude is clearly a superpowered villain that you can attack. You like, I don't know, and then he fucks up half the city, puts lives in danger, and all types of shit. And like, for what?
You know what? Now that you mentioned that, and back to One Punch Man, that's kind of like.
I mean, Saitama.
That's what that would be.
Yeah. I mean, Saitama is literally just an anime. Well, it plays on a lot of the shonen anime stuff, but also Superman can be characterized in the same place where it's like he's just so strong.
He's so strong, and he's constantly trying to find somebody that's strong, but he doesn't hold back. He gives it all to you. He
does, and I think that's it's just.
And even if he tries to hold back, it still obliterates you. Like so, it's like.
Mm-hmm.
So like. I feel like that's what it would look like. It would just be him like, oh man, well, it's over with already. Like it's done.
Has there been any modern, well, not modern, I want to say more recent, like 5-10 years Superman cartoons or shows, I should say?
No, not really.
I feel like they've really just been, Hollywood's been trying their hardest.
Batman. We see Superman pop up in these animated movies a lot, But again, a lot of the same issues. Superman gets hit sometimes from places where you're like, how did Superman get hit there? Like, what was distracting him? And I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of the issues with Superman the animated series are just it's timepiece, like it's dated. It feels like there's just those moments where it's like, gotcha, Superman. And it's like, yeah, well, you're a guy and that's Superman. You don't got anything.
You don't got nothing.
You don't have shit, bro. Like, he can turn around and run through you and you are lunch meat. Stop. You don't have him. Like, I can't even understand how Lex is like has a shot. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. But the other thing I hate, and I know I've heard some people say this before. The other thing I hate is anytime they want to make Superman really unleash his power and be super powerful, he always has to become evil. It's like everybody's too scared to make him a little more powerful and still be the good guy, still be on the right side of things, still know where his limit is, but know that, hey, you know what? Maybe Darkseid is somebody I can take out, but I can, it's like, I don't know, just anything different. Every time Superman becomes more powerful, he doesn't have to be evil. Is what I'm saying. It's just lazy at this point. It's lazy. And don't get me wrong, I like Injustice. It's cool. I want to, play the new game or whatever. All that's dope. But just every time you make Superman a little more powerful, you don't have to make him You just don't have to make him overpowered. You just don't. You don't have to make him evil, man.
If you can make a Superman show or movie or whatever that didn't have to have the person, I guess, because he has this character that he's built upon, this whole, the good old boy type thing. If you can make him apart from that and have, his reception still be okay, maybe. But
I think he can be that, but also know, like, look at that, what popped up for our good old topic later. I think he can still be the, quote unquote, good old boy, family boy, all that, do the right thing, but also understand, like, yo, this is an imminent threat. We can't just throw this guy in jail. We can't throw some of these villains in jail. Like, could you imagine, like, you're a criminal, right? Like, you built a techie suit or whatever, and you throw you in a jail cell, right? Take your suit, throw you in a jail cell. Okay. But now you're in the jail cell, and there's an undead zombie, a crocodile, like, Killer Croc and Solomon Grundy are just in jail with you. Like, just your regular ass. You built a suit. These niggas are mutated beings, and they're in the same jail as you. Nah, bro, that shit like that don't make sense. Something else got to happen. And I'm not saying that those are villains worth killing on the spot, but I'm just saying, like, they probably shouldn't just be next to regular niggas. That's, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. Superman could just do a little more. You know what I mean? Like, at least Batman, the limitation is always like, well, he doesn't have any powers like the other dude, and it's possible for him to be distracted in a moment, or it's possible for him to have too much to. You know what I mean? Like, okay, and he's always going to do something amazing to try to save the day at some point. All the Batman stuff is dope. But yeah. Anyways, I just thought it was interesting, man. I just watching that made me realize how hard it has to be for people to write for Superman, because there were just moments I'm like, why doesn't he just do this? I'm like, this whole episode is ruined if he just does this at the beginning.
Yeah,
this episode doesn't even exist.
It's finished.
This. So,
yeah,
and that show is hilarious with how many times he could be caught as Superman. Like, Lois, they made Lois so smart and dumb at the same time.
That's a shame.
Lois, your new buddy Clark shows up the same time Superman shows up on the same day, and this nigga also starts every time Superman shows up. Clark leaves 2 seconds beforehand. 2 seconds. You turn around and be like, "Hey, Clark," and he's already gone, and Superman is in the window. Like, at what point is it like at some point, like, somebody has to go, like, somebody go to Lois, like, hey, that's Clark, bro. I'm
pretty sure your man
why no one is saying anything to nobody about this shit, but that is Clark. We see this nigga in the office every day. He was just behind you, and I saw this nigga fly behind a poster, and he flipped, and he took his shirt off, and he had on a suit, he took glasses off. I was like, oh shit, that's Superman. And I was like, oh shit, Superman Clark. And now he's outside the window. That was all in 5 seconds behind your back. That's Clark. That don't make sense, Lois. It don't make sense. And Jimmy, a photographer, you don't think he'd ever put a side by? He never caught a side. Come on, Jimmy.
They really weren't thinking that far back then. The
they
the
weren't
90s, late 80s, 90s. I had to think about it. I forgot when that the Superman animated show's out.
Oh, it's 90s, just like Batman animated
90s, yeah.
Because those series connect, and the crossover episodes are really good. They're really good. That is probably some of the best. Watching Batman legit take Superman girl right from under his nose, and there's nothing Superman could do about it because it's not really his girl.
Compromise your identity.
And the worst part is he know who Batman is because he can see through his thing. He can see X-ray vision. So he knows, he already knew who Batman was as his secret identity.
Mm-hmm. And
Bruce is just like, okay, I'm still that nigga. It's still your girl. She still love me, nigga. So you upset, ain't you? Look at you. Yeah, no, that shit was that. Yeah, the crossover episodes are hilarious. Even when he comes back, but when he left, he said, yeah, she's all yours now. Since I'm going back to Gotham, you like no respect for this nigga. Superman can kill you with a look, bro. He talking crazy to him. Respect Batman. Anyways,
He won't do it. He won't jump stupid.
facts. Like I ain't got some kryptonite in my pocket, nigga. You better relax. You better relax.
Where he catches
Got
pebble.
that kryptonite right on the side of me, fam.
I got the tool on me.
I got the tool.
The tool, if you want.
I got the tool if you're trying to act a fool.
I got the excavation tool to dig up some more kryptonite.
Okay.
Your ass.
Hell yeah. It glows at night and during the day, so I can see your ass slipping. Anyway.
I can see your ass slipping.
Oh man. Anyway, that's interesting, dog. Like the last time I watched anything Superman, I think it was high school. I don't know how long he did this. There was a period of time, literally like the last hour or something of Adult Swim. It was like super late. It was like 3-4 a.m. It was just one of those random weekends, ain't shit to do back then. And they aired Superman. And I was like, what the hell? They had the one with like Bizarro and one with like this really obscure villain. Mr. Mixaplixit or whatever. Jesus Christ.
Damn, that's super absurd. That's not
a
even
real
person.
It is. He's this other dimensional, goofy looking magical being. So of course Superman had some difficulty through part of the episode. I don't even like. That's the reason why I remember it.
No. That's from Superman the animated series.
Yes, it is. I believe so.
No. I know exactly who you're talking about now. He's the little leprechaun dude.
Yes. Yeah. He's like this weird.
Ian.
Magic.
Ian. I will find the exact episode number.
I can't spell his name. It's a bunch of weird letters. It's like someone just slammed their head to the keyboard and then that's his name.
Ian, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to find that exact episode number. And watch that episode.
I would rewatch it if you find. Yeah, if you find
I will find it for y'all, and I will tell y'all.
It's on HBO Max, right? It's on.
Yes, on HBO Max.
I'll rewatch it.
And watch this episode. I'll find. Actually, I can make a cut right here. I can just get it for y'all right now, and the people can know the episode too, because that episode is so funny.
It is actually pretty funny.
How he keeps messing with Superman. And there's nothing, and Superman
was pressed.
Dealing with it.
He was pressed the whole episode.
Superman was so upset.
Really funny. They chose that to air like 3-4 in the morning back in 2008 or whatever.
That episode is perfect for if you're like high out of your ass and you're like, yo.
It was definitely one of those things. Yeah, Cartoon Network or Adult Swim, whatever, they really good at putting on them random ass things. If you wake up at that time, the TV salon, you just be looking like, the fuck am I watching? Right. That's literally one of those things. And I think it did on purpose. They got a sick sense of humor. But that was really weird.
All right, people. So we're back. The episode is Season 2, Episode 8. Mr. Plixated is what the episode is titled, and Mr. Plixit is his name. And that episode on HBO Max, is a hilarious.
Y'all weren't playing about his name.
Episode.
It's a bunch of letters, right?
Pixelated.
It's a bunch of
that's
letters.
That's the name of the episode, but his name is you'll see it in the episode. It's really good. That's a really good episode of Superman the Animated Series. That is hilarious. If you partake in greenery, that is something that I would suggest doing before you watch that episode, because that will make it even funnier. But it is good. It is good.
I got some spinach I need to make a salad with in the fridge.
There you go.
Clever.
The Fed's never gonna catch up to me.
I'll be like, hey, bro, I'll just tell you what, you came all this way for some damn spinach from the grocery store.
Dropped off some spinach earlier.
Hey, bro.
Man. But yeah, man. That's all I had. I just thought that was interesting.
All right, that's cool.
I'd
be forgetting about that show outside of a couple of the memes that are online.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, look, I go into these little paths of watching old DC shit, because all the new DC shit is so ass. Yes. It's like, well, let me watch all the animated content I can find.
Actually, yeah, yesterday, when after I was just kind of chilling to see how my body would be with the vaccine shot and shit, I watched Batman Returns on HBO Max. I watched Batman Returns, and I mean, I know it's a Tim Burton movie.
Yeah.
That shit has way more sexual energy and grimy shit in it than I could remember. When was the last time I watched it? So I was like, maybe middle school. It's been a long time.
No, yeah, it's been a while since I watched it too. But yeah, it's very
time.
Especially as an adult watching it now.
I was like, well, I remember, Danny DeVito Penguin being gross and everything, but at the same time, I was just like, damn, I don't remember some of this stuff, but it was still good. I still enjoyed it. It still has some of this cheesy stuff, but that was fun to rewatch for sure. I was glad I did.
Yeah.
The actress that played Catwoman did a good job. Going kind of, although she kind of she had a moment where she she came back after being knocked out of the window dead or whatever, and she just trashed her whole shitty apartment. I was like, damn, imagine that, like, you're gonna clean up. Why would you do that to your own place? I don't know. I just was like, bro, that seems, I get it, you're having an episode, but otherwise it was good. I enjoy watching it.
Maybe she's gonna rob a diamond and hire a clean lady. You never know. Hey, go in there. I
mean, look,
$1 million. Go in there and clean that.
I mean, look, one of the first scenes she was out, she did run into the the place, and it was robbing shit or whatever.
Of course.
Yeah, I still got a soft spot for Michael Keaton Batman movies.
No. They're good in a different type of way.
Exactly. Yeah. So
that's all it is. There's nothing. They're good in a different type of way.
Yep.
They're not.
I know what you're saying. No, it's not Christian Bale. They're not Nolan. I'm saying it because Derek out here being. No, they're not as good as those movies. They're still great. If someone says they're better, please comment on the video or leave a comment on one of our social medias and
Draw like I'm gonna plug this shit one way or another.
I'm gonna make a polarizing take. Someone will get mad and find this
eventually, right?
Engagement.
No, look, man. But but no, on the back what Draw just said though, if you do can think of a more interesting way, how would you write Superman? Tell us. I don't know.
I don't know enough about Superman to do so.
So many more interesting ways you could take his character, man, or you can make his character even just more aware without being overpowered. I don't think a little more awareness makes him overpowered because he just gets caught slacking so often by niggas that should not catch him slacking.
That's their definition of power scaling.
Yeah. It's just tough to see, man. No. Create some better villains that can actually match up with him if that's the case.
Yeah, that's probably the only way you can.
Time to make a movie with Mr. Mxyzptlk, or however you say his name. It's time. No one will know who that is except for us three and the people that wrote and animated the show. Other people that randomly saw it at 3 a.m. like me will know it. Everyone else will be like, who's this? But then they'll be like, Superman. Then they'll be like, oh, Superman giving this magic leprechaun the good hands. And they might go out and see it.
No, wait. Now watch. Y'all gonna watch that episode and you're gonna see it. It's a 20-minute episode, I think it is. Y'all are gonna see that and you're gonna tell me you want an hour and a half movie of that. you might want an hour 45 of exactly that. Just I don't want to ruin anything, but exactly what happens in this episode, you might want an hour 45 of that.
Yeah, I don't remember everything from the episode, so I'll probably be like, oh yeah, I remember some things, but overall, yeah. So I'm definitely gonna watch it probably sometime today.
Nah, yeah. It's 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes, man. It's 20 minutes. And then trust me, it will be a quick 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. That 20 minutes gonna blow through. Ian got a lot going on. So I understand if you gotta
be strategic.
Carve out your 20. But trust me, Gerard, that 20 minutes, you just we could end the podcast. You click play, you're gonna be like, what is this? And you 20 minutes will be gone in no time. You'll be at the end of it, it might make you want to watch the series, because it is good, man. Okay. All right. Let's get into console T. I have to start off console T. Oh, well, let me get space for the drop.
Console
T. Okay. And
that's great.
I have to.
Oh, man.
Make sure you sync it up, man.
I'm going to drink some tea.
I'm going to try so hard to sync that. I hope it works. Sorry, console tea. As I bring up my tea cup as well.
Hey,
Okay, I have to drink some tea before I eat some humble pie. Okay. It pains me to let you guys know that despite my clawing and pleading,
Valiant
my
effort.
personal calls and emails to the directors and executives, they sat me down and said, "Look, Derek, we're sorry. We know we told you we'd have this out by July. We have to backtrack on that now to give the people the best possible experience." And unfortunately, God of War Ragnarok is now delayed till 2022. But we shall note that it's delayed, which means the original plan was this year at some point, and you can't tell me it wasn't this point this year. That's all I'm saying.
they did not say which month. So you do have at this point 6 out of the 12 months it could have released in. So you had
I thought they said
16
the end of 2021.
No, they never
just
said they really never
slapped
did that.
2021.
They just said 2021. That's all they said. And the only reason I believed it is because of where you'd expect their development cycle to have been. But as I keep saying, like, you never know exactly when they get shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no way for us to know when Santa Monica would have gotten the dev kits and everything necessary to make the PS5 stuff go, and how many assets they already had built in the PS4, how much work it would take to. People think it's simple. Like, imagine if somebody was to be like, "Yo, Derek, there's a drop in the podcast that is copyrighted somehow, so you can't use that anymore." And I have to go back to every episode and delete them and re-upload. That's a lot of fucking work, bro. Like, yeah, it might be the same thing, or you might just be able, but it's still a lot of work to have to replace assets with different assets. That's a lot, man. Like, I can understand why, these games aren't pushing. I can understand why these games need a little bit more time, but they're still going to be cross-gen. I don't think that's too crazy. But yeah, man, 2022 now for sure. For sure, God of War.
They didn't
next
say
year.
a specific month
They still
or
didn't.
time of year. They just hit you at 20. So
Honestly, I mean, they just showed a logo. It was a blue God of War
Yeah, with
logo.
the
No, Dry. He's saying this time when they announced the delay.
Oh,
Yeah,
for this time.
They just said 2022 again. Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Didn't expect to see this tweet. Yeah, so I mean,
It happened. Listen,
it's weird. It's because I think we talked, we definitely talked about an old podcast episode where I was just like, I can't see it being this year unless it was also on PS4. And then they inadvertently said in the same like blog post that it's also on PS4. And I was like, oh,
okay, it might be a chance. That's what you said.
yeah. And I was like, it might be a chance. That's the only thing I could think of. Because like Horizon, basically. Because at that point we didn't know when Horizon, last year, whatever, September, August, whatever fucking month that was, we didn't know when Horizon was coming out. Actually, no, I think we were thinking it might have been a spring thing.
Yeah.
That was my assumption.
Okay, so this is my question. You to both of y'all, there was a point where y'all felt like
Mine's just trimmed.
there was a point where y'all felt like God of War might be a PS5 exclusive game.
No.
Not necessarily. No. I was saying that like, because they showed the logo last year at the end of their little thing, and they said 2021, and I was like, that's not 2021 unless it's also a PS4 game. And I said that because they confirmed Horizon, they confirmed Spider-Man Miles Morales, and a few other games like was it Sackboy and that Bug Snacks game, whatever. So yeah, that was my thinking of it. So, but at the same time, oh no, go ahead, Ian.
I'm saying all those weren't PS5 exclusive games, so
yeah. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see at least something of that game before the year ends. Now, I'm not saying like E3 time or whatever, because I would not be surprised at this point. if they give us a little teaser, like the more than just the logo, like kind of like what they did for Horizon last year, where they showed like Aloy running around and swimming and all that stuff. So
yeah.
I
don't know. I guess I just don't understand. God of War came out 2018, right?
Mm-hmm.
Horizon came out 2017.
Mm-hmm.
That's the middle of you're in the middle to end of the PS4 life cycle, middle to back end of it. And that's not even necessarily the end of the life cycle, because I hate that we consider the end of the life cycle when the next generation console comes out. The PS4 isn't dead. It's still out. It still works. Like, games are still being made for it. So the life cycle isn't dead either. So I hate that we do that. But I never thought there was any chance, and I never thought there was any inkling that this game was always going to be on PS5 and PS4. I don't care how it was going to get there. If they developed it as a PS5 game and then downgraded it or whatever they have to do, it was always going to be on both consoles, no matter whenever it came out, because the game is too big. And unless you're genuinely going to say, we're killing our PS4, which they've backtracked on, we know they're not doing that anymore. They're still trying to give it some life.
Mm-hmm.
This game was always going to come out, both of these games. And if they had decided to say, hey, Horizon and God of War Ragnarok, we want you to be PS5 exclusives, they would have sat them boys back down and they would have told us, hey, we're on a delay. These games aren't coming out for another 3-5 years into they would have told us more information about when to expect more info, because they're making these games as exclusives only. Then you would have had the backlash of people going, well, it's going to be 8 years by the time this game comes out. That's too long. I mean, think about Kingdom Hearts fans, what people just went through. Think about all the games with real long gaps for the sequel.
True.
That don't work well, and they know that, and they see that. You know what I'm saying? Sony's worked with Square Enix before. Like, they like, fam, we're not doing that. We're putting out this cross-gen game. Like, that was always going to happen. I never once thought different. So yeah, like this game was always going to be both. That's the only reason I ever believed it had a chance of 2021. It was the only reason, because I knew it was going to be both. It had to be both. So I mean, I don't know. Hopefully this means that there's more, new updates on the way, and new stuff that we'll be able to, kind of dive into.
Me personally, I was kind of upset that it was announced so soon, because I had the assumption that, well, once they announced it, I was like, okay, it's definitely going to be a cross-gen situation.
I mean, with every new generation of all these console people, they got a drum up hype. As we see, PlayStation's done it. I'm not even talking about the chip shortage or pandemic. I'm just talking about them, the new console, and what games they're announcing for it. So, they've done it. Xbox has done it. Probably worse than them, because they had to, and they got all these studios. So we probably, it's, yeah. And then Nintendo did it, and they still have some of their games like that. Metroid Prime 4, they had to restart development over 2 years ago. One of their games that was announced that 24 years ago. Anyway, one of their games actually coming out this year. We're probably going to see E3. But yeah, they all do it. They're all, it's part of the hype machine, as I like to call it, just whatever. So, but yeah.
When they said it, I was like, okay, it's definitely going to be cross-gen, which means that it won't be as much of a graphical improvement as it could have been if it was just, its own thing apart from the previous gen.
Yeah,
that's always what I think. Like, when I see that that is cross-platform, I think there's a sacrifice that's made. They can't fully develop it for the PS5 because they have to accommodate for the PS4, and I don't know. That thought just annoys me.
I guess so I guess my thing with that thought process is, it's like you're creating an imaginary benefit that you don't have.
Yeah. You really are.
In order to justify being upset that you don't have a benefit that you don't know if you would have had anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's the developer's choice. The developers are doing whatever they feel is best for the game. Can we and this is what I was trying to get through to John in the chat. can we assume that God of War will be, in a technical sense, held back because it's being developed for both the PS5 and PS4? Yes, we can. We can
I
make
mean, you can say that for all the games except for like Ratchet and Clank,
Yeah.
Returnal,
If they're not being built from the
Demon
ground
Souls
up
remake.
for PS5,
Mhm.
yes, it's going to technically not be as optimized for the PS5 as a game built directly for it. That's just by definition. That doesn't mean you're going to have a poor experience. That doesn't mean that you're missing out on something else. That's what that's what I was trying to say. Is like you're saying that you're not reaching the height. It's like, but what's the height? Like if I give you this game, what are you going to be able to point out and say, oh, this would be better if it was built from the ground up? The only thing you'll be able to say is maybe the graphics would be a little better built from the ground up. And that shit's not affecting your game overall. As long as the game feels good and works well and plays smoothly, runs smooth, yeah, you can. Okay, slightly better graphics is nice. Do you even have a TV that is gonna really take full advantage of it? You have the right cords that's gonna take full advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get that. Yes, I can understand a little bit of the man. I wish this was built just for PS5, but to say just screw the PS4 community where your game was built, where your audience was built, where a bunch of people still have them because the console, the PS5, is so hard to get. And to just say, yeah, screw them and just make it a PS5 only game is just like, no. And again, different developers get given different access to shit at different times. So clearly Insomniac was given different access in order to be developing a PS5 only game that comes out this year. Then they gave the not Ready at Dawn. They gave Santa Monica, or that they gave Guerrilla Games.
Mhm.
Obviously, those guys were on different schedules, and you got to think about the games that they're developing. God of War and Horizon, especially Horizon. Horizon may be a little bit because you say, okay, they had to see how the response was going to be. But once they saw the pre-order numbers, what you think Sony did? Sony was like, yo, people is fucking with the pre-order. Hey, bro, start working on a sequel now. Go now. You need to start developing it now. And what you think happened the second God of War came out and it didn't just look like a hack and slash game anymore? Those pre-order numbers went stupid. It won all types of awards. And what you think they said then? Bruh, first of all, you think they even had to finish the first God of War before they started the cycle to start on the second one? They jumped right back in. They were like, hey, that's good. It's going to send off that for the finishing touches. Hey, first team, y'all right back in the mix, bro. We working on 2. Like, let's keep the story. We need to continue that. How are we going to add this in? What are we going to build on the world? How, like, you just know these games, they're not just going to take 2-3 years to see how it works out and go, oh, there's a new console. We'll just build it for this. That makes you have an 8-year development cycle. You don't actually want that as a fan. You don't. We don't want games necessarily every single year, depending on the game, because you want there to be quality and effort put in. But you're really, ideally, a 5-year cycle is probably the max most people would say they're willing or wanting to wait, like 5 years for a good game. After that, it's like it gets to a point where it's excessive, where you're just like, man, I don't even know. And you'll start to replace that game or that series if they take too long. We've all done it.
Yep.
Yeah, this is my series. I love this series, but y'all took too damn long. So now this series, I'm replacing this series with something else.
I just find some other stuff to play as like similar in that genre or something like that. Oh.
So yeah, man, like, yeah, I don't think I understand what people are saying, but I think if you watch how the industry works and the way they move, none of this is surprising to me. Nothing is surprising that it's on both consoles at all. And it's not crazy that these games can still be good, really great, and be on both consoles. That there's nothing. I don't think that's a crazy thought. You know what I mean? Yeah, and as I said, the developers are making their choices. If the developer doesn't feel like there's a need to use a trigger in a certain way, that doesn't mean that it was held back because it was on PS4. It just means they didn't want to use the damn trigger. Like, that's it.
Yep.
Because my thing is, imagine us now, right? People who actually own PS5s. Imagine us playing Returnal, right? And then we go play Ratchet and Clank, and I get mad at Ratchet and Clank because they don't have alternate fire at the midway point of my trigger. That wouldn't make any sense because they're different developers. The House Marquee did their thing for their reason, and I'm going to assume Insomniac did their things for their reason. Like, you understand? Like, it wouldn't make no sense for me to be like, oh, they didn't use the full... It wouldn't make any sense. It just doesn't... So I don't understand why that logic would then apply for the PS4 or PS5 version. Like, my controller isn't rumbling enough because of the PS4. Like, no, maybe it just doesn't need to rumble more. Maybe they just don't think it needs to rumble more there. And I guarantee you most of the people who make those complaints are not going to go on those companies' forums and provide actual feedback where they can make those type of suggestions where those developers may be able to read them and have an actual chance to come to actually send an update up over the game and change that. If they go, hey, you know what? Maybe we did intend for that section to have more rumble and everything. Here's a game update so that happens when that happens now.
Yeah, in my,
you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, honestly, outside of even the controller itself and all the haptic, feedback and the triggers and everything, I do believe we're gonna, even when we start seeing more of the PS5 only games or just the current gen games only, I do think they're going to get some diminishing returns. Like I think the main folks of this generation are going to be, well, I will hope there would be is 4K 60 or targeting. Not saying it's gonna be locked or native, whatever. Just targeting that, and then just overall load speeds, like just SSDs in the both that and Xbox consoles is a huge boon with how they can design like these big, expansive open world games. I mean, we've seen it with we're seeing it with the glimpses of Ratchet and Clank right now. Returnal loads pretty quickly from room to room, honestly, even when the game boots up and just, no start screen, you crash land, that's it. So stuff like that, I think, is what we're going to see. But as far as like, it really just comes down to what the studio wants to do with like the controller, the DualSense.
Exactly.
And when we know Insomniac's going to be in there doing stuff, we already know some of the shooter companies like, Activision, Call of Duty. I'm sure EA, Battlefield this year will have it. We already know Borderlands 3, each gun feels a bit different, has different kickback or type of gun. Not every gun. There's like thousands of guns. But yeah. So, so even with the holding it back, I think the only things they might hold back is maybe how they can design the world to just seamlessly flow as far as loading and things like that. Maybe they'll find even more creative ways that maybe they'll have shorter of those crawling places or whatever to hide loading screens. So I think it's just we're still in that cross-gen phase. It's gonna be a bit longer because of the chip shortage, unfortunately. And again, broken record, but it's just a fact. We might see this at E3 as well if we do see maybe less trailers than expected or something. The pandemic forced everyone to go home and work remotely. Whole companies had to adjust their workflows. Some were probably smaller indie groups could do it better. These bigger studios probably not. So it's just kind of the fact of the matter. And I mean, even with the way that they were marketing the generation stuff last year, capitalizing on Xbox being upfront and saying like, oh, yeah, we're going to have a lot of stuff cross-gen. And people were like, what the fuck? And all that stuff. PS5 was just like, well, we're not going to do that. But then later it's like, oh, well, actually, we kind of have to. And, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I think God of War Ragnarok will still be a great game whenever they do decide to show us, when they want to fully show us it. We already see glimpses of Horizon Forbidden West being a fantastic game, a great sequel. Just the few things I have with the early game of the first Horizon are already improved and fixed, and just that little slice they showed us. Combat, maneuverability, just exploring the world, already like for me just way better. I'm way more excited to get in that game and go back and try Horizon Zero Dawn for the third time, I guess. Just get into that, just kind of push through.
Yeah.
But that's just me personally. I know everyone's not like that. But yeah, overall, yeah. It was polarizing, the God of War stuff, but I think people are just gonna have to. I think a lot of people just have to kind of come to grips with that. But and then even with that too, one more additional thing. If you are looking to get a PS5, but you hear all this and you think, oh, well, maybe a PS5 isn't worth it because the experience I believe I'll get is not there. There's no problem with not getting a PS5. You're not going to get clowned by people unless you're just surrounded by fucking losers. Then you got to change that. Or things like that. No one's going to judge you. It's your money, it's your wallet. It's just your choice. And there's still plenty most of the games I'm still playing, you're going to go back to on PS5 are PS4 games.
And you can have
I didn't have
those games on PS4 Pro, man.
And I didn't have a Pro
if
either.
You really want to update. I mean, that's the thing. I know you can have them on a base PS4 or a Slim, but if you really feel like, hey, maybe I got an older system and I can't find a PS5, there's nothing wrong with the jump to a PS4 Pro.
Absolutely.
I was going to make that jump. I had no clue getting a PS5 was going to end up being this difficult. I was just trying to jump in early and I ended up lucky. Did not think it was going to get, I ended up lucky. I ended up my opportunity. My preparation and opportunity.
You was at the front gate, man. You were there.
Exactly. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a bad jump either. You got an old PS4 that's acting up or causing you some issues. Trade it in, get a PS4 Pro. You're like, don't get me wrong. Yes, it's different than the PS5. No, it's not the same. But it's not that bad off. And here's the thing: CPU, you don't know any better still. You don't know any better. Just don't go to your man's house with the PS5. Tell that man download the PS4 version of that game so he can play with you from his house, and you stay at your house and play on your PS4 Pro. And don't ever touch a PS5 so that you can continue to enjoy your PS4. Once you touch a PS5, then you might feel a little way. Then I can understand the temptations and all of that. But if you only have a PS4 and you don't know anything better, bro, a PS4 Pro is no issue. Like, I don't know. My brother got a Slim downstairs, and that shit run great.
My Slim still shit. Fuck. I'll walk my ass over here and be able to just be like, look, listeners, imagine me holding a PS4 Slim. This is it right here. It's still great. No problems. Even let Patrice borrow it for a bit. We still out here. I mean, I need to hook it up so I can do the PS5 streaming thing. But yeah. I toss him a bit. That's how confident I am. But no,
PS4, nigga, don't need that shit.
But no, I mean, yeah. And I mean, yeah. So again, for those that disappointed by the news or expected something different, upgrade to a PS4 Pro. In the meantime, you'll probably get it for less than maybe less than $300 right now. Maybe
I think so. Maybe
depending aftermarket or whatever. Yeah, probably.
Use your Facebook marketplaces and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Be careful, but use them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go with a friend or whatever. Yeah. So and honestly, it's a good thing, just because we're gonna see these sequels on consoles that like 110 plus million people already have. So you won't have to even Ratchet is pretty. By the time this episode comes up, it'll be out this weekend. Mm-hmm. So that will be kind of rough overall, but. Outside of that, for what we know, we won't have to stress worrying about Horizon. We won't have to stress worrying about God of War Ragnarok. For those that like the Gran Turismo games still, y'all are patient as hell because we ain't getting that game for a long time. So, but that'll also be on PS4.
You've been getting those games.
I don't play those games.
I'm surprised anybody is getting those. You're lucky that they're still making those.
They just don't have Xbox or PC and don't play Fortnite.
No, you know what? I honestly comment Sony for keeping those people in jobs for that long. I couldn't tell you the last. I remember the first Gran Turismo that I got with the PS2 that I got. I got Gran Turismo and I got Jak and Daxter. Those are two games that came with my system, and so obviously. Well, I sucked at Jak and Daxter, so I got frustrated with that real quick. And so I just raced cars all the time because why not? Unlock the car you want, fancy it up and race cars. But after that, once I figured out what once I found Most Wanted, I was like,
yeah.
oh, and then I think it was not too long after that Ian started talking about Midnight Club, and I was like, all right, let me see what this game's about. Got into that. I'm like, oh, this is dope. I was like, why would I ever play Gran Turismo again? And I think that happened for everybody. And everybody's like, yeah,
Xbox realized that too.
Cars around a track? No.
Xbox realized it too. Yeah, because the simulation racing
games is the same stupid shit.
Nah, I mean they figured it out.
No. Now they've
for Horizon they realized it. Yeah,
because it's like that was a cool classic way to showcase the best of your system. It was an easy way for them to do it. Take these car models, make them as super highly graphical as you can, plop them in, race them around the track. People love doing that, and yeah, there's some fun to that with your like racing your friends and stuff like that, but. As that started to drift away and we drifted into more of the online gaming and stuff like that, people
Burnout Revenge is better than all Gran Turismos.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you were about to say.
Wait, what I was gonna say?
I thought you were gonna say then all most wanted, most need for speed. And I was like,
well, I don't know about that.
I was like,
I don't know if I can say that.
Hold yours.
But the Gran Turismo, I'm fine with that.
That's a debate.
The Gran Turismo, that's fine. Yeah, there's no. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Gran Turismos held me down, so I don't want to be disrespectful to the Gran Turismo franchise. All right, them games was always dirt cheap.
They just taking a while,
and you can, you get a chance to play with some of your favorite cars if you like cars. If you're into cars, you can, some racing. The problem is it was just like too realistic. Especially in the solo modes and stuff.
I'm racing sims are just, it's not for me. Like, I feel like the people you go to the crib and you see they got the steering wheel sub, then you know. Then you'd be like, all right, I understand. It's the equivalent of.
If I had one of those, I'd play all the Gran Turismos every day.
Yeah,
if I had like a big ass wheel setup,
having it.
I'd be like, why not?
Yeah. But anyway, I don't mean to slander all the Gran Turismo fans. I was just saying it's gonna be a minute. I didn't mean to. That came off as slander. I'm
sorry, saying. Gran Turismo fans. It's not slander that you're.
No, I'm just saying.
They got a cult following. I'm sure
they do.
What doesn't have a cult following?
True.
Dope. Far Cry 6. Oh
yeah, I did finish watching that. Actually, I'm lying. I have like 5 minutes left.
Oh man. Okay, so
did you guys play Far Cry 1 or 2?
No.
There was, you know what? I knew
anybody that has.
No, they're really
because they're PC games.
They're really. One of them was on the Wii and PS2, I believe. That's actually the first time I heard of it. When the Wii came out, and then back in the day when they were having like those demos and stuff in like GameStops. They would have like the Wii Sports demos was gross because on Wii remotes everybody touching the stores and shit. They had this other racing game called Excite Truck, which was neat. And they also showed a little video for Far Cry 2. And you can use like the controller, like aim and shoot. And I was like, what are these games? It looks kind of fun. But I never played it. Just I don't know. I just didn't get into it. But yeah, ever since then I kind of kept an eye on Far Cry. But I don't know. I don't even know any. Far Cry 1 just might be old as shit. That might just be ancient.
I just had to look it up. It's 2004, March 23rd, 2004.
Ooh, that's the first Far Cry?
The first Far Cry came out on Microsoft Windows, and Xbox 360, Wii, Arcade, PlayStation 3. Oh, well, now you can play it. Okay, hold on. Now it's accessible. See, when it first, let me see something real quick because
if you're on Wikipedia, you have to look at the dates they post for each platform.
Yeah, I'm about to say because I'm pretty sure was developed by Crytek.
Really?
Yeah. The first one was developed by Crytek. Yeah.
Oh wow.
To showcase. I remember that.
I don't know anything about the first Far Cry game. That's really interesting. Only thing I know about Crytek, only games I know by them are, of course, the Crysis games and that one game on Xbox One, Rise from the Rome. It was a launch title. It's pretty crazy. I never got a sequel. But I think it's because Crytek came into a lot of money issues. They couldn't even pay their employees for the past 5 years. They're finally getting back this past year, but yeah. But yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So I just had to verify that I wasn't tripping because Yeah, so the first Far Cry was on. It was just came out for Windows, Microsoft Windows, so obviously PC or whatever, and they put it out. It did its thing, and then it was Far Cry 2 where they kind of pushed into the more open world style.
Okay.
And I think that's where you saw it. It ended up on the Wii and all that stuff, and then Far Cry 3 is where it
took off,
literally hit gear and was like, "Yo, we're out here." But we got to see some gameplay for Far Cry
6.
Far Cry 6. Sorry, 6. Yeah, now I guess we have to.
All right, so all right. Now we're actually recording, talking about it. So is this the first time you could choose like a female protagonist?
Yes.
Because I was like, whoa. I feel like they hid that. Because when I saw this, I was for me.
Because you're a female.
Well, I know it's like a Mass Effect thing where you can do a male or female.
Yeah.
But everyone's gonna choose female.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Well, at least I would.
I think you're a woman in Far Cry New Dawn, right?
Are you?
Word. I thought they were the villains, like the black chicks.
The black chicks are the villains, yeah, but I can't remember if you're a woman or a man.
A woman as well.
Oh wait, no. Or do you create a character?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I don't recall doing that. I would remember that.
Dang, this does look visually impressive, though. Like they show the clip where like they had the bow and arrow walking through like the lush forest. That looks crazy.
That looks nuts. The
man,
ray tracing.
Yeah, look at this. The player assumes the role of a new character whose gender and ethnicity can be customized.
Oh, never mind. Excuse me. But that's still really cool though, because I guess I just wasn't imagining
in New Dawn. I don't know how it was in Far Cry 5. 4 you couldn't do.
5 was like a dude.
4 you were 3 and 4 you were a set character.
A set character, yeah.
5 is when I think they were trying to introduce be a different character type person because Far Cry 3, as fun as that game is, the main character makes no sense. And then
he was on vacation with his friends, and then they
carried over
the plot.
Spoiled white kid. He's just a spoiled white kid who becomes like a military guerrilla war fighter.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
like,
that's
as you're getting what's fucked up. Here's what's fucked up about Far Cry 3. Even as you're getting more powerful and like you're gaining more skills and more weapons and all type of shit, your friends that you're supposed to be saving and helping, they're all like worried about you. They're like, wait, are you enjoying this? Like, are you having fun? And he's like, well, I mean, no, it's not that I'm having fun. I'm just trying to save us. No, this little spoiled brat is having a blast being able to just run around this island and kill natives at his leisure. And like, I'm just like, all right, well.
Oh, wow.
This game is fun, so I'm going to let that go. But this is it.
I totally forgot. He did find some of his friends in real life. I forgot about that.
Yes.
That was funny.
Yeah. And they keep asking him shit like, "Are you enjoying yourself?" Like, and he's just like,
"What the hell?" In Far Cry 6, you can shoot CDs as a weapon.
Yeah. So in New Dawn, they started. I don't know if. Well, let me not say this because Far Cry 5, I skipped Far Cry 5 because
it looks mid. I'm just being a hater.
It kind of does, but also I just wasn't a fan of the setting. I didn't like the tonal change of the setting
as well. Yeah.
Maybe one day when it's on sale, I will go back and play the main game eventually. But
I watched Billy play it years ago. I mean, outside of the wacky stuff you can do, I think I agree with the setting. It just, especially from the games before, where the more tropical. Was 4 set on the island as well, similar to 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think all like 2, 3, and 4 were all like island.
Yeah, they all were.
Just tropical type.
Even Primal was an island.
I'd be forgetting about that game.
I loved Far Cry Primal. I thought that was
actually
great.
good.
Okay, that was a sleeper.
That's a game no one talks about.
And go crazy.
Definitely a sleeper.
I feel like Ubisoft just kind of squeaked it out, and that was it.
Yeah, probably because there were no actual weapons like guns.
Yeah,
like that.
Exactly.
I thought that was
that made it fun.
That made it fun.
People shit on it because it's. You can tell that the assets have been reused from Far Cry 4. Who cares? It's a whole different game now. Like
same thing of New Dawn and 5.
Yeah, but that's different because they tried to sell Primal as if it was like a new game.
I think that's right. You know what?
New Dawn, for a fact that it was DLC. Like
that's right. Ubisoft tried it.
Was Primal a $60 game or
at first?
I think it. Yeah.
Oh wow! I thought it was 40.
And then people were like, "Wait, these games look the same," and then it dropped to 40.
Immediately,
that's
like the next day, probably. I remember reading that online.
Now it's dirt cheap.
I remember reading that discourse Yeah, because I kept looking at it like this is 60. It looks similar to the other one outside of being like the Flintstone stuff, but like it's just
This guy.
weird. Huh. But yeah, man. I guess like since y'all are the seasoned Far Cry vets of like everyone I know in person. Well, yeah, everyone I know in person. What y'all seen is that you were like, oh shit, I'm ready day one or anything like that.
Everything. You can pet the dog and the crocodile. The
I do
dog
like-
that's missing
The crocodile kind of sells me.
Was there an animal in the other ones?
Probably if it was
that you can
America
pet
Or an animal companion that would help you?
Yeah, there was, I think. When I saw Billy
In
play a
5?
few years ago, I think
Maybe
he had
there's
like
one
a
in
dog.
5, but
I
I
think
don't
he had a
remember.
dog you could send out.
Oh, okay, so that's when it started.
America or whatever. But,
which makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know.
I am gonna play 5 before 6 comes out if I can catch it. I'm sure it'll go on sale soon. Now that this is
I'm cool.
I am gonna play it. Well, I'm just a loyalist.
We're gonna get we're probably gonna get some
just like me playing all the Assassin's Creeds. I've suffered through years.
It's me Mario.
Hey, I beat it. Like
We're gonna we're gonna sorry. I just find that so strange to me. It shouldn't, but it is. It's just very strange. But well, we're in June, so we're probably gonna get that summer sale real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm not worried about that. I probably will pick it up and suffer through that for all of us.
I'd be surprised if New Dawn is free game of one of those months. September.
I don't know if they give away the DLC to the game.
Oh wait, no, October. It's coming out October, right?
I mean, it would be cool if October 7th. He said.
Yeah.
I do think it would be kind of cool if they did that. I just don't know if they did. But okay. But anyway, back to draw question. Sorry, because I was just about to say that about New Dawn.
What y'all like, really?
Is the gun switch. Now, like you said, I didn't play Far Cry 5, so I don't know how they fully balanced, at least to the full extent. It seems like there was a lot of regular weapons, but then when I play New Dawn, all those weapons are very much crafting on the go weapons, because the whole story mode behind that is that, you're not, you don't have all these resources and stuff. You kind of just on the go trying to make stuff up as you go, whatever. So I enjoyed some of that. I wouldn't want that. I didn't like that those were the only weapons available to me, but I did like that those were some weapons available to me. So to jump back in here where there seems to be a mix between a lot of the crafting and a lot of the your traditional weapons, I think that's dope. We'll have to wait to see a little more like weapon breakdowns and stuff, but I'm hoping we go back to the times of the silent sniper rifles, the silenced auto rifles, silent pistols, silent everything, bow and arrows. I love that they upgraded it, because before it was a saw gun. So you were shooting out like saw discs and you'd run around the world in New Dawn and just randomly find saw discs to put in. I think it's a little more realistic. That'd be like random boxes of like random CDs. I think that's kind of dope.
In the preview, the CD was playing the Macarena.
And the CDs play music. I think
that was a nice touch.
I wonder how well they're gonna do with that, because to me there's levels to that, right? Like you can make it to where if you could, I guess you can make it to like, hey, set the CDs I find to this song, which would be really cool, but still basic, pretty basic. But if there was only certain ammo boxes that dropped certain CD records, or you can collect whatever CDs you want, but when you reload, you might reload into a different song because you have different CDs in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's a lot of interesting ways they can implement that aspect. That's not just
there's a lot of ways
it plays music.
They can have it like it plays the Macarena song or the cha-cha slide or whatever, what have you, and then the enemies just start busting out line dancing on
That's what they're gonna do for Far Cry 6 Blood Dragon 2 or something. That's what do.
Oh Lord.
That's what they'll do in that.
I forgot about Blood Dragon.
Blood Dragon was that crack.
It was interesting.
It was that crack. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah,
I was just doing shit.
That's how much I love that game. I was playing all of the little mini side games.
Every little listen, that's what I mean. Like, that's why when I see that $100 price for the for Far Cry 6 and the season pass for just the digital deluxe, not even the ultimate. I'm like, damn, bro, I don't want to really give them that money because one, that's a lot. But two, I do like playing the DLCs. Like I would give them the season pass money up front. Just
Yeah, that's what I thought it was
wanna
going to be
give
a
them the
season
100.
pass, but it's just skins. It looked like.
well, no, the season pass is included on the digital deluxe edition and on the ultimate edition. It's
Oh,
there
okay.
as well. You get the season pass included. It's just the digital one. I think the structure should be you get your base game with maybe some basic pre-order bonuses. The middle one should be the base game plus a deal for the season pass. And even if your season pass is $40, that doesn't mean you tack on $40 on my pre-order price. I'm pre-ordering your game. I don't know what your game is going to be. I haven't played it. I haven't seen reviews. I'm pre-ordering your game. You should reward me with that by packaging in a season pass and maybe some extra pre-order bonuses, small ones, the digital stuff, in-game stuff, as at a cheaper rate. So if the base game is $60, then it shouldn't be more than $75 for the digital deluxe. That gives me the season pass. An extra $10-15 on top for the season pass I should get because I'm pre-ordering. I don't even know if your DLC will be worth it. I don't even know if your base game is worth it. But I trust you that I'm giving you the money. The least you can do is give me some kickback and let me get the season pass a little cheaper, I think. And then the ultimate edition can be all the super skin packs and all whatever else and super deluxe season pass or whatever else they want to add on to it and make that whatever price you want. But that second price, I don't think that second price can be so close to $100 like they have, or at $100 like they have Far Cry 6. I don't think you can make the digital luck 100. I think you're pushing your luck with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. What I'm looking forward to the most is the open world, especially the city, because the way he was describing it seems like the city is going to be more interactive than we've seen previously, or at least I've seen, where you have to like consider stowing your weapons and what have you. You have
Watch
to,
Dogs type shit.
yeah.
Weapons out and about. Niggas gonna be upset.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see that. Because before there was never really a city in any of the other games. I don't know.
You got like a little safe haven area.
Yeah, it was a safe haven area, but not like a city like this is gonna be.
Yeah.
Because this seems like it's gonna be a city, and then you got the the wildlife areas, and then you got the safe haven areas as well. So it's. Did they mention anything about how big the map is?
No, not
in comparison
yet.
to the previous ones?
Not that I saw.
At least not in the video. I don't think they did.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that and the companions, especially the alligator or crocodile, whatever that thing is.
Oh yeah, that's the home.
That's. I'm curious to see how that
what he does.
Play out. Yeah. I wonder if any of your companions will be able to ward off any of the animals that like to. I'm looking at you, honey badgers. That like to
what honey badgers?
Yeah, the honey badgers
will fuck you up.
I mean, here's the thing: vicious,
surprisingly aggressive.
I know better now. Now that I'm playing Far Cry 3 for like the 8th time or whatever, I know better now. So I got my guns up. So I was wrecking honey badger shop the other day. I was feeling good about myself. But the first time you play and you don't know nothing, and you think it's sweet. To even see the honey badger coming at you, first of all, if you even see it.
Well, yeah, the hawks too, man. The hawks will come down.
The hawks, yeah,
man, those are hard.
That's what made Far Cry 4 worse, because Far Cry 4 they really turned that shit up, bro. The animals' aggressiveness, they turned that shit up in Far Cry 4. Far Cry 4 got to the point where, bro, you couldn't walk anywhere, bro. Get your ass in a car, and a car with a closed roof. Get your ass in a car, bro, because you're gonna get wrecked. Like somebody from somewhere is fucking you up. Yeah, no, that was bad.
I think it was actually so bad that they had to release a patch to reduce the aggression.
Reduce it a little bit, yeah. I remember that, yeah. That's how bad. Like, yeah, Far Cry 4 They turned that shit up, bro. They was like, "Oh, y'all thought it was a game? Y'all thought it was too? Y'all said Far Cry 3 was too easy? You can get stuff too quick? Oh, okay. Watch this." And it was,
Yeah.
the game is still great, but I was like, I just was walking by myself, trying to pick some flowers, make some potions, and y'all niggas, I got attacked by 6 lions. Like, what?
They always come out of nowhere, man.
6 tigers.
Just minding your own damn
attacking me.
business, trying to sneak around, taking out an outpost, and a tiger come from behind. Like,
Facts. Yeah,
Man.
that shit used to be crazy, bro. You have to watch out for everything. You're not just battling the human elements, you're battling the elements all around you. Yeah. No, that shit used to be brutal.
yeah, Far Cry is dope.
Brutal as fuck. Yeah.
And lastly, I'm curious to see how the antagonist story will play out.
Oh yeah, that's major.
Like
Yeah, Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that.
Is he voicing that character's likeness, or is it just his likeness as there?
He's voicing it.
He's voicing it?
Yeah, it sounds just like him.
Yeah, it sounds just like him.
Oh, okay. Oh, it sounded like he just put up did an accent. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, the game looks really good. I mean, I say that about games I see and like in general, but no, overall, I am interested in this game. I think I might scoop it on PS5, you know. But like we said before, I think I'll keep an eye out for them sales for Far Cry 3 on PC. Is the first time playing a Far Cry game.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think that's a great place to start. It's cheap, you know, and that way you don't have to, jump in at, what is it, $70 bucks or $60, for your first one. Even though I do think this one will be good, I think a lot of people will enjoy jumping in at Far Cry 6 because you don't have to. Even though it's Far Cry 6, the other story doesn't matter, or at least it hasn't yet. Across the it's Far Cry 5 and whatever the offshoot games or DLC they add, that is a continuation of that story, but the next one is a different story in a completely different place, doesn't tie to anything. And I assume this one isn't going to tie to shit either. So, you just, I don't know, you're just able to jump right in and not have to worry about catching up or, did I miss something? Do I not know something? Like, who's this character? Like, yeah, don't worry about who the character is. Just play the game. I'll tell you. So yeah, Far Cry 6, man. Super excited. That's a day one, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. That's a day one.
That's a day one. Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, definitely day ones for us.
Well, shit. I mean, we'll see.
Right.
Well. Yeah. You ain't got diapers to buy.
Yeah, we got. Diapers are not cheap, bro.
No, I know.
They are not cheap.
Two things.
What kind of
the
diaper?
whole game?
What type of diapers y'all be getting? I know y'all get some fancy shit.
Oh, we ain't buying it yet, but we haven't had to anyway.
Well,
Probably giving a bunch, right, or something like
been
that.
giving a bunch.
Yeah,
we haven't
trying to
really
give
settled
you
on
some
a-
now, nigga.
Yeah, we'll take any diaper. It don't matter, man.
Well, we try.
Are you sure? Is that
You'll
what
take
is,
any diaper? Y'all don't even.
is that what he thinks too?
Yeah, I was like.
Let me consult Cairo, man. I'm pretty sure he's not a brand loyal.
Are these not huggy? Dad.
That's
man.
that's what you think. No, I'm
Said,
kidding. Just cracking.
non-huggy gives me rashes, bro. I can't wear those.
Hey man.
Hey, you already got a dog that can only eat certain food, bro. Well, don't sleep
That's a
on the
whole
fact that you got a son
That's
that
a
can
whole
only
fact, man.
wear a certain day. Come on now, come on, man. You let the dog only pick what he want to eat, but you gonna tell me I can't have the diapers that I want?
My choosing.
Yeah, Dad, get your priorities straight. Oh man. Okay, another game that we had to talk about that we catch up on because all this. I guess we didn't state that, right? This was from that little state of play that Sony did, but Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh yes, yeah.
Horizon Forbidden West. We got to finally see more gameplay. They said late this year it's dropping.
Well,
man,
they're
what?
targeting this year.
Well, they're targeting it. Yeah. Well, yeah.
So I'd say it's a 50-50 or at this point.
Yeah, there's no guarantee. I'm not making any wild predictions about this. There's no guarantee for sure that it's coming this year, but they've leaned to it. They've
leaned to it.
Suggested that it has a chance to come out this year still, which is good because man, this game looks really good.
I think it'll make it.
This is also another same thing with Far Cry 6. This is also another game that and in the arguments, nobody's mad that Far Cry isn't a next gen exclusive. I guess because it's third party. Anyways,
that's why. That's exactly why.
But yeah, so Horizon coming out and showing us a new trailer and more gameplay. We get to see our buddy Aaron come back. It's
oh yeah.
I guess I don't know. Okay, you start this one. What did you? Because I guess again we're the ones that like really played Zero Dawn, just draw been dilly dallying, lollygagging.
Yeah, I haven't really warmed up to it as much as I'd like at times.
What about this? What about this made you feel like? What's the word I'm looking for?
Like this.
What about this got you the most excited? Maybe that's the best way to go.
What got me the most excited was, I mean, I still think that this, seeing how much they've improved graphically from a game that I already thought was the best graphical game on PS4, period.
Right.
Like, I don't, this is fantastic. And then they dropped this. I'm honestly curious to see how this even runs on PS4, man. Like,
right.
That's in it. But yeah, this is that's a lot of the combat systems that they showed, a lot of the new weapons that you're going to be able to use.
Yeah,
I like that they are increasing the. It's not just a floor based combat. You like there's like elevation.
There's way more aerial combat now, and
there's aerial combat. Not only that, but you can also traverse the water. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't really do that. You couldn't do that actually, and you couldn't go underwater in the last game. I don't think.
No.
Yeah, they got to rebrand.
No, not like that.
Not like that. Yeah, like you underwater, and there's probably going to be some
missions and stuff. There's like specific challenges and stuff that are going to be underwater swim.
Yeah,
and they said that you find because I think people got to remember that even though Aloy herself may look like a prehistoric character, this is set in the future. And there are robots and everything. So she'll find a little breather that just allows you to go underwater and do your thing as much as you want. And I'm like, oh, that's dope. I look at that and the thing is, I guess it's beautiful to watch all these games learn from each other, right? Because the first what game did the same thing? Tomb Raider did the same thing. They realized that they could make these really interesting underwater sections that could go for a while. But in order to do that, you have to give the player a little bit more. So they make it so that, okay, you have this item that allows you to breathe freely underwater. No problem.
Yeah.
But then the stuff underwater becomes more complicated. Now you have to do different things. And maybe you have to do it while an enemy fish or something is attacking. And underwater combat is going to be way different than above water combat, or it's going to be limited. So it's just different. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a different element to the game.
Yeah.
You have these deep underwater sections. Like, yeah, man, this is.
Yeah. That, they finally added the glider, which is something that I was like, every time I played, because Horizon and Breath of the Wild came out around the same time. Anytime I would play Breath of the Wild and I come back to Horizon, I would always miss having a glider.
Mm-hmm.
And now they added it. I'm like, oh, they basically, like Gerard said, they basically added everything that I felt like the first Horizon was missing.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a very interesting.
You know what I really liked? I liked the potential Spider-Man swinging elements.
Oh yes.
Like the way she was grappling to stuff and flinging herself off and grappling back.
Grappling was kind of clunky in the first one.
It was, and they
now seems more streamlined.
It is, man. And the thing is, like, I was saying that in the chat too. Like, for anybody trying to go back and play it, I can understand some of the struggles. I understand where Gerard's coming from because that game can feel very dated if you've played more games recently.
Yeah,
it can feel a little clunky. If you didn't play it in the moment, it's one of those games where I'm like, that game is great if you trust me. You got to trust me. You got to keep pushing through it because I understand with today's eyes why you might not be as hyped about that game. But we played that game in time. We played that game
when none of the other games that came out afterwards were around. So,
and that's why we were able to, give it to it. Now we've just seen so many games build on that same premise and that, and now it's like, okay, well, we want, if you go back, you're going to feel like, this ain't the best, but no, it's still really good.
Yo, I can't wait, man. Like I'm watching the underwater scene right now. They didn't really show any combat underwater, but
yeah. It might just be more navigation based, depending. But hopefully
I think there's gonna be some combat because you saw some enemies down there.
So but it depends because I look at it like in Tomb Raider, there's no real combat. They don't do combat underwater. Tomb Raider is all about navigation underwater. So
might have to hide
you have to hide, and Tomb Raider also did it to where you have to go through like little breathy holes sometimes, and then you can go back and all that kind of stuff. So stuff like that. Man. I don't know if Gerard had any other questions about.
Oh yeah, and also the last thing I would say is the new beasts that you're probably gonna run into.
Oh my goodness! Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, the elephant. Oh my goodness,
was crazy. And I can only imagine it's gonna be more than that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I just got back.
Yo. Yeah. All the new robots. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Sign me up for every one of those.
Every one of them.
That friggin' was it the Raptors or whatever?
Yes.
The Raptors is crazy.
Elephant.
The
Elephants is crazy.
Elephant mammoth.
Yeah.
The mammoth. Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh man. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, man. I want to see all of that. I want to play that. Hopefully, we do get that this year. Hold us.
They gave her
God of War.
They gave her like super like cinematic like moves and stuff. Not super cinematic, but like fighting game super.
Yes.
A cinematic.
Oh yeah, they finally gave her that. The finisher.
And the thing is, like, she had something like that. It just wasn't as grand in the first Horizon, but now like it. Just looking at it, I was like, oh, that's going to feel better. That's going to feel more satisfying. That's going to feel like you did something more than sometimes it would feel in the first game where you get these hits off sometimes and you'd be like, did I really do anything? Or how much did I, like, can I get can I get a final blow type joint? This looks like it's going to make you actually just feel more powerful with the movement and the way you're, jumping around and sliding around and yeah. I'm all down for this shit again. Oh, I can't wait to jump back into that world.
And honestly, the slice they showed, kind of like I mentioned earlier, we were talking about the PS4, PS5 thing. Yeah, it looks fantastic. I pretty much loved everything I saw about it. Graphically, it looks really good, really close to kind of like that vision, in my opinion, of what they showed with that teaser thing last year. Underwater looks beautiful.
Oh man.
I'm curious how far they're going to take the underwater stuff.
Her hair looks fantastic.
The hair
above and below.
Yep.
Man.
I thought it was wild. So crazy that we had to watch people say that Aloy looks too manly.
Those people have never interacted with a woman in real life.
She looks the same way she did in Leslie.
They
were complaining about it off top. Is that what you're saying?
They're just her face,
okay.
like she,
They're saying her face looks more.
She has like fuller cheeks and stuff.
Now, yeah.
I mean, not like fat, but like just face, fake, whatever. The face design based off of the actress.
Her cheeks do look a little fuller.
Yeah, and that's so I actually appreciate that because instead of just being that, the perfect white woman kind of slender face, like the eyes. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. No, I get you. Yeah, 100%.
That whole
He did a good
process-
job, man.
Yeah, and
But to be
I always
fair,
liked her design.
the internet did clown those people very hard,
including me.
Yeah, fact. Definitely clown those people very hard. So it's not like it was a widespread thought process, but
General
it was very
consensus.
just like, yo, y'all are weird as fuck. Why would you think
Y'all
that?
really need to go log off and go outside.
Why do you
talk.
want to make their games more feminine? Like, yo, you telling me
These mock like
4 characters to beat your dick, dog? That's
these fucking weird ass loser nerds.
free porn, and you need a video game character in order to get your shit off.
These these goofy ass dudes are trying to play games just for the sex appeal, and it's like that's not why Sony Santa Monica made that, designed that character. I mean, sure, you can criticize the fact that her hair like design and given the diversity of characters, and she's still a white woman. That can be talked about, but that's a different discussion. But the whole, she's not my ideal woman in my video game because I like women in video games. Those fucking weirdos.
We're not taking y'all niggas serious. Y'all not allowed to have opinions.
No.
Y'all opinions don't actually matter. The fuck.
Nope.
Y'all some weird ass niggas.
It looks great. Hope it makes it this year. I'm rooting for it because they put out another blog post. Like a few days ago, about a week ago. For those that'll be listening and watching this, they confirmed they'll have a 60 frames per second mode on PS5, which is I think we all assumed that really.
Yeah.
The footage we saw was 30 frames. It still looked great. Don't get me wrong. They mentioned
it's always gonna look good. I hate that idea that people think 30 won't look good. 30 frames per second will look good, and most of you niggas that are watching probably can't tell the fucking difference. 30 frames per second will look good. It's just not gonna look as crisp.
Yeah,
as when you get on 60.
As long as the 30 frames
Most
is solid.
You can't see the difference. Yeah, exactly. It's got to be a solid 30 frames. Yeah, it's got to be a solid 30.
Games. The Insomniac Spider-Man games are a solid 30. They look great. They play great. Miles Morales PS4 was great for me. But they did reiterate in that blog post saying that
So they are.
It's 30.
I didn't know that, honestly.
Exactly. That's how smooth it is.
But man, I gotta know what 60 looks like then. Jesus Christ.
But like, I don't know. It's
really the feeling to me, honestly. Yeah, the feeling is what I.
The 60 is exactly, and the 60, that's all it's going to help. It's going to make it feel a little more snappy. Yeah. It's going to make it feel more crisp. But at 30, you're more or less getting the same visuals that your naked eye is going to see anyway, for the most part. Don't get me wrong. I know some of you got super 120 vision eyes and shit, and I'm sure y'all can see
that 120 frames per second is very noticeable for sure. Not every game needs it.
Please, though, really. Yes.
Yeah, now that's a difference. But that's what I mean is like,
not every game needs that shit.
If you can make a game, they know that the standard is 30 frames per second for a decently cinematic game. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have a game that needs to be pushing 60 frames,
you're not going to play a turn-based RPG in 120
You can save
frames.
yourself a lot of space and time. Exactly. That's what I mean. You can save yourself a lot of space and time probably if you just lock in at 30 frames per second, versus trying to force it to be 60 frames just because people like that number.
But I'm cool with this option, so it's cool. And again, they did reiterate that they're targeting. They say the words that they're saying is they're on track to release it this year.
Okay,
they're leaving it open. So
a release date. I thought we got one.
No, we didn't get one. They just keep saying we're on track.
You're right.
They're to me, okay. So I'll be honest. I think they're saying that because one, really, frankly, they probably have a good idea of when they want to release it. However, they're not sure of what else will be releasing around that time.
Mm-hmm. I remember trying to be considerate. I understand.
Trying to be considerate. Now, I remember some people online. I guess people I follow. Some people were like, "Oh, they're waiting for if Nintendo shocks everyone and announces Breath of the Wild 2 for this year." And I was like,
they're not going to release Breath of the Wild 2 this year.
No, they definitely are. I don't think they are. But I did see some people think that when that first stream happened.
November.
I'll be shocked if they did that. Honestly,
I'm
I'll
just
be
fucking with you.
shocked.
I would be shocked. Yeah.
I'm not expecting it. I
I'm
think it's
genuinely
gonna be
just
like-
fucking with this
Well,
one. I don't actually mean it.
Breath of the
I
Wild
know.
came out around the same time as Horizon.
It came out a month after.
Yeah.
Not even a month. It was like weeks or something. It was really
No, it was just about a month. Oh, maybe it was like 2 or 3 weeks. Because I remember it was Breath of the Wild Horizon was in February, right? And Breath of the Wild was March.
Yeah, March 3rd. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that because that was already that was well, I didn't have that issue because I didn't even have a.
So that was my issue.
That was your issue. Like, which do I buy first? And I was like,
I bought both,
Horizon,
but I played Breath of the Wild first.
I got a Switch at launch, but I didn't get my
And then
second. I didn't get a PS4 again until Black Friday time that same year, and that's when I got Horizon for the cheap skis.
I played Breath of the Wild first because I got shook, man. I'll be honest. I played Horizon and I was the damn beasts. I was like, I tried to take down my first one. I can't handle the stress right now.
They put you down, yeah. And that's one thing that's interesting about that game. You'll get body real quick, and I respect it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not let me just recharge, wait for the screen to get the color and my health's up again, like a shield or whatever they do in games, where like dim the color when you're like about to die.
Yeah.
It's just like, 2-3 hits, you dead, cuh, and that's it.
Yeah, you done so.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Real light, and we not letting up either. We gonna keep
keep it.
And we're gonna keep throwing bombs. We got bombs to launch at you. We got backpack rockets, whatever you want, nigga. We gonna keep shooting.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't really think they're waiting for a possible Zelda release day. I think that's just speculation, people online. But honestly, I think it's just because they have an idea and they just want to make sure they're good. But I do feel it'll come out this year, like November time. I think I have a feeling that's when they'll do it.
So.
But if it does get pushed next year, I don't think it's going to be a really long wait. I think it may be 2-3 months.
Early, I think it'd be early. I think it would definitely be early next year at the latest now.
Mm-hmm. Unless they have something else.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I'm okay with them saving God. I'm okay with them saving Horizon to then just like dominate shit. People complain. We already know it's not coming out till late this year. If they announce later this year that Horizon has a delay till summer of next year, and they announce God of War for summer of next year, I'll take that. Because how does Xbox even fight back against that summer with those two next summer? You already have this summer. And don't get me wrong, I know Returnal is not like the biggest name game in the world, so I'm not even counting that one.
True.
But you got Ratchet and Clank coming right now.
Mm-hmm.
And this summer, and then you still have Returnal, which is a good game and it's an exclusive. And then next year, that Horizon and God of War are both coming.
Shit, I'll even say before that. I guess on the level of Returnal, depending on your hype level, for me at least, August is Kenna Bridge of Spirits.
And then Kenna Bridge of
Spirits.
Oh
man,
that's not PS5 exclusive, but most of us that got PS5s should be looking forward to that game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
true.
Yeah, it'll be on PS4 and PC, but we all looking forward on PS5. So, yeah, so that's that game for me.
For me too.
Yeah, so
definitely another one.
But that's really it.
But yeah, man. So we'll all be looking out for Horizon Forbidden West first day for y'all.
First day for me. That's a day one as well.
I'll get day one for. I'll get
my responsibilities. I'm getting this.
Yeah.
My wallet's like, bro, what you doing?
This kid will be all right. You got some spam in the closet, boy. You be fine.
Oh man.
I gotta get this. I gotta fight these beasts. You don't understand.
Some broke boy meals. It's not a forgotten memory. It's we didn't forget that life.
Ain't nothing wrong with a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich, young blood.
Never.
Ain't nothing wrong with
it. Go ahead. Never. Your mom ever told you drink some water when you told her you was hungry? Yeah, go ahead and do that.
That never happened to me.
No, not really. No. My mom would be like, find some in that kitchen to make. We got some bread. We got some stuff. I'd be like, what? No, girl, I'd be like, Mom, I'm hungry. She'd be like, okay, well, go in there. There's some bread. You can figure out something in there. I get creative, bro.
That nigga said, nah. I just got fed. I don't know what struggle you was having.
I just got fed.
It was a snack or something in the damn kitchen.
Nah,
we had leftovers, but when we didn't have leftovers, that's when it was like mom wasn't cook. She only had she didn't like cook on specific days every day, but there, certain times in the weekend, she'd be like, nah, it's not Sunday. You have to figure it out today.
You have to figure it out today.
I had those. And to be fair, to scoop my mother some bail, it's mostly because I'm a picky eater. So there'd be times when she might have made something, but I don't want that.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah, well, if that happened,
I wasn't.
then yeah, she's telling me
There's
to
a few things that they
go
Go
ahead.
drink some water. That's so that I'm just shooting her to bail. I'm shooting her to bail because that sounded like, yo,
Yeah,
what you grow up in.
What we're talking about, listeners,
nah, Mama Nicholson.
is that our moms they did not want to cook every day all the time.
Every day at all.
Hey,
That's
man,
really
yes.
what it came down to.
Hey, I gotta be a mom, man. I gotta cook, man. Come on, man. That's a tall ask.
I get it. I understand now. I'm an adult. I get it. I don't be one to pour my pet's food in the bowl. So I get not having to cook a whole meal. Like,
They give you that I'm hungry, dad look. Be like,
God forbid they don't eat their food, man. Jesus,
bro.
That'll piss me off.
Yo, let me not, bro. I'm sorry. This will become the pets podcast if I let it. Like, I hate that.
Sound like a Two Ugly Nerd short.
Oh yeah, we can air out our
rants is where that's going.
Two Ugly Nerds rants.
We start a rants page for that because that shit is.
And we can all just do random rants.
Everybody just does a random rant about something. And I'm a rant about cat and never mind.
Oh no.
No, yeah, let's leave that alone. All right, let's get back on track. We got actually this last thing on the schedule anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of schedules.
Oh, what kind of schedule there? What kind of schedule?
You holding on to that? You holding on to that?
This man was waiting. He had in the back. He had the big joker in the back. He said, they
got that in his notes.
Trash. They thought we're not going to make boards. Like, he had the big joker ready. Sometimes
when the ball leaves your hand, you know it's cash.
Yeah.
You just know it's going down.
Like
the way it spins.
You already have court.
When he shoot and he already turning around, he already shaking his shoulders and shit when he doing that. That's me. Hey, I already knew. Yeah, that's how it works. Nah, man, but yeah, Gerard, let's talk about this E3 schedule.
E3 schedule. So they finally early this week, last week now, this listeners, viewers, they posted the schedule. I feel like it might change or something depending, but I think this is vast majority what it's going to be like. So E3 2021 is Saturday, June 12th to Tuesday, June 15th. It's all virtual, as we should know. First time it's all like mostly on the weekends, kind of weird. So Saturday, they said that there's going to be press conferences from Ubisoft and Gearbox Entertainment. So Ubisoft will probably actually they did confirm that Ubisoft will have first gameplay for Rainbow Six Quarantine, which I guess is zombies or something. And I think they're going to have updates on some of their other stuff. I think we might see more Far Cry 6. Why am I forgetting? Oh, maybe more on some on Watch Dogs, and there's probably some other things. It's skipping my mind right now. I think that one like bike snowboarding game made by the people that made Steep, they're probably going to show that again, I guess.
I forgot all about that shit. Damn.
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Like literally, when you said that, my brain was like, "Hey, that's a thing."
Yeah, we all did. Until now, I remembered as well. I had to think about it. And then Gearbox. Now, there was a rumor that came out this week that some Borderlands will be here.